What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. It's been a little while since we've done lots of lots, so let's go ahead, let's take a look at a couple that y'all have submitted. Don't forget that if you have something that you'd like to submit for one of my videos, throw it in the video request form in the description of any one of my videos, and I'll get around to taking a look at it. This first one was submitted by Bus 3. We're in Centralia, Washington. Starting off, there's already a couple great ones here that I'm loving right off the top of the bat. First off, there's this 80s All-American Ari, one of my favorites of all time, by far my favorite Bluebird. I've said this numerous times. Great to see that there. Right next to that, there's a Crown or Carpenter 3800, and there's an early TC on the end. You can also see behind that there is an ER and another TC. Taking a look around, there is a Minotaur and a Microbird behind that. In the distance behind there, you can see another one of those 80s All-Americans. Next to that is an ER. On the left, again, yet one of the 80s All-Americans. To the left, you can see a EF. Rounding it off, there are two Microbirds and a US bus. Finally, there are two Thomas 3800s, and it looks like each of the route buses would have their own covered parking, and I assume that the ones we were looking at earlier are spare buses. So nice little lot to start us off. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next lot, which was submitted by Scotty. We are in Little Rock, Arkansas, and let's see what we can find. All right, June 2019, starting us off, there are two Visions and a couple handicapped CEs. Again, there's some more Visions and CEs. One thing to point out on these Visions is their warning light visors. Take a look, the one at the left has dual warning light covers, and the two on the right both have individual warning light covers. So interesting choice on their part. And notice that the CEs don't have any warning light covers. Also of note, these CEs both appear to have the little backdoor flashy thingy. I still don't know what it's called. And that's what I will refer to it as. Visions, Visions, Visions. There's a CE back there. Here is an A3, finally something a little different. August 2015, everything is pretty much the same, a few exceptions here. Right here we can see a Shorty Amtran 3800. Bus 111 appears to be an Amtran Ford B800. Not the most popular combo, just, you know, so I've always liked it, and I'm glad to see that this district had some. We can also see a couple C2s added. June 2014, again, not too much has changed. We can see another one of the Ford Amtrans back there, along with a Bluebird CV200. May 2013, we can see that there are some first-gen Visions in there. I assume those were also tucked away somewhere in between the last couple ones we were looking at. Another look at the A3FE. Checking out August 2011, two of the Amtran Fords right there. I think they look fantastic. And there's a few more right here. And finally, potato quality actually shows us some decent stuff here. First thing of note is that Amtran Ford, which has a front wheelchair lift. All the other ones we were looking at had back wheelchair lifts. There are also 4 Carpenter or Crown Effie's right there, which that's a pretty good find. We are able to make our way into this lot just a tiny bit. Again, potato quality, but better than nothing. There's an A3 Effie in between 4 Carpenter or Crown Effie's. There are 2 Amtran Effie's over on the left, and a row of Bluebird CV200s. Even though as time goes on, the variety has shrunk in this specific lot, I really think that there was a great variety here. We were able to see a lot of good ones. The Carpenter Effie's, those Amtran Fords. It surprised me. I was expecting mostly an IC lot with this one, but there were a lot of good ones hidden in there. All right, and the last lot we are going to go to is in Colorado Springs, Colorado. This lot was submitted by Wayne S. Series on Flickr, and the attached note says, a Ward Vanguard is visible from one of the angles. Going through the years, you are going to see a few interesting things like mismatched taillights. Also not the New York-like specs, even though I know you are not the biggest fan of those. Let me just make it clear, specifically with New York specs, it's just blackout. So that's what I don't like, but maybe there are some decent buses in here. I don't know. Let's take a look. Right off the bat, October 2020, here is said Ward Vanguard. There it is. Right next to that, there is a Thomas FS65. And let me comment on the specs here for a minute, because this is kind of a weird one here. So the immediate thing I noticed first was Colorado Springs District number 11 up at the top, which leaves all that empty space on the side of the bus where you would normally expect a district name to be. I sincerely hope that all the buses in the fleet are not like this. I think that looks really weird. Also of note, it appears that we have like a 4-digit route changer. It looks really big, and you can see what I assume to be 54 on there, so 2 digits. And it's definitely not 3 digits, because that route changer is bigger than 3 numbers for sure. Otherwise, like I just said, I'm not really a fan of blackout specs, which is exactly what this is. I could do without this, and not the biggest fan, but it could be worse, I suppose. Alright, staying on this side of the lot, November 2019, there is a row of what I assume to be FS65s, just like the last one we were taking a look at. There's also a activity bus microbird right there, and a CE over on the side. I also don't care for the black on white lettering for stop on flashing red. I think it would have looked better with the, black on yellow instead of putting it. I don't know, it just looks weird to me. And there's another little microbird on the side. Alright, we have taken a step forward. There is now a white roof on here, but this still just looks really weird with the district name at the top, nothing on the side. It just looks empty to me. It shouldn't be that way. November 2017, there are 2 microbirds. One of them is handicapped, one of them isn't. And yet a bunch more microbirds. There's a little Collins there right in the middle, and just some more microbirds. September 2015, more microbirds, another one of the FS65s, more microbirds. There's 1, 2, 3 older Collins, and then one of the newer ones right here. Also, I can't tell, but it looks like the taillights might be LED on that, which, okay. September 2014 shows pretty much the same stuff, and August 2011, the only addition is a Minnow tour. Alright, taking a look at the main portion of the lot, we'll be able to see some stuff, not everything. But back to October 2020, just rows and rows of CEs. There's a couple C2s back over here, 1 Collins, and 2 Bluebird Microbird activity buses. Again, just like the other ones we were taking a look at earlier, it appears that the district name is on the top. I'm very curious to see what this looks like on a C2, so hopefully we'll have a good angle here at some point. October 2019, here's kind of a close-up. I mean, even with this little hiring school bus drivers ad right there, it still just looks empty. We can also see that there is a Thomas 3800 driving out of the lot. June 2018, the only noticeable thing here is a Vision. September 2015, this is the best view I can find so far, but with that C2 just writing the district name above the windows, just that's not right at all. And here's a better look at that route changer. We can see 115 on there, so that's bigger than 4 digits for sure. That's, I don't know, maybe that's a 5-digit route changer or something. Just like the other side, September 2014 didn't show much, but August 2011 we can see what the Thomas 3800s looked like with the lettering above the windows. It still just looks weird, and I don't really care for it. Alright, and that is going to do it. So let me know, which one of those lots was your favorite? I think I would have to go with the Little Rock one. As much as I loved the All-Americans in the Washington lot, I don't know, just seeing the variety with the Crown Effies and the Amtrak B800s, I don't know, there was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of like it. Alrighty, so that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Before I go, don't forget that if you have something you want to submit for lots of lots, bust up for sale, or for the picture form, you can find it in the video request form in the description of any one of my videos, and I'll get around to taking a look at it and maybe eventually even featuring it in one of the videos. So anyways, like I said, again, thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it down and care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or all districts are going to go with the lettering above the Windows option, which is a terrible option. And make sure you also share this video with a friend, show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't let anything happen to you. So yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video, and thanks for watching.